also after the first day of shooting with Sadia had become really long, the morning started a little later than expected. Also, our Uber came a little later than expected.
Now what's the vibe? Is it party time?
So getting the train back to Eindhoven turned into a proper morning exercise.
Feeling the vibe. We're so lit.
Last minute made it on the train. And in all that rush and in between fixing up our shot list for the day, I of course forgot to explain what today's video is gonna be about, which is mainly explaining a little bit more about the gear and camera setup I've been using on this shoot. A few of you already asked for that after the first part of the behind the scenes, so I figured now would be a perfect time to explain that for you to maybe learn a thing or two and apply them for your own filming. So we've made it to Eindhoven again, the second day of shooting together with Sadia. I just took the time on the train to go through my notes from the interview yesterday. So the interview that we made with her was about 1 hour long, and I wrote down quite a few notes of what kind of shots we could get now. We have about 4 or 5 different locations that we're gonna go to with her today, and then we should be good to make an entire video out of it.
So get up on your feet and get on down.
And then we first headed to a few different locations that you'll then see in the final video, and after that ended up back in Sadia's studio to get some more shots that we didn't manage to get the day before. And so the main camera I've been using for this is actually one that I just got about 4 weeks ago as a good catch on eBay. It's a Panasonic G81 and I absolutely love that thing. Disclaimer, I can only compare it to my old Samsung that I've been using before that one. The stabilization on the Panasonic is insane. And that's actually why you see me running around here completely without a gimbal, filming a lot of shots handheld. I usually record all that B-roll stuff in 60 frames and build a combination of mini tripod and side handle so that I could grab the camera with both hands. And then doing those fancy bending your knees looking all ridiculous movements.
I can get enough now. Let me come real close now.
What you see on top of the camera there is actually an external 5-inch monitor that runs over HDMI. It was actually the cheapest one I could find for about 160 euros, and it's such a game changer. On those flimsy camera screens, I often find myself asking if the stuff I'm filming is actually in focus. More often than not, I afterwards realized that it freaking wasn't in focus. So filming with a big screen like this is such an improvement. I cannot recommend it highly enough. I actually linked a review for that exact monitor somewhere below if you're interested. There are of course a whole bunch of other ones, but for me this was the only affordable option, and for that price I feel it's one of the best investments in camera gear I made lately. It's especially helpful because I was mainly using prime lenses for this project. I wanted to film everything at the most shallow depth of field to get some nice blurry Peter McKinnon B-roll bokeh, so I've been testing and switching between 3 different primes back and forth, and if it tells you anything, it's a 15, a 25 and a 42.5mm, all f1.7. I think the footage looked pretty good in the end, but you'll be the judge when the video comes out. And if you're wondering what that weird big thing in front of the lens is, that's a variable ND filter that I got on Amazon for like 20 euros. Totally does the job. To get some proper surround audio while filming as well, I mounted the mic I also use for my vlogging type videos, which is a Rode Video Micro. Again, the most budget-conscious bang-for-buck option if you're looking for one. By the way, if you're wondering what we shot this B-roll on, it was actually my girlfriend Ida using the setup I had for filming the first 2 episodes of The Leap. It's my old Samsung NX30 on a Zion Crane gimbal. That gimbal I later used for a lot of shots filming Sadia walking and anything else with a lot of movement where stabilized handheld would simply be too shaky. All in all, I'm super happy with the setup that I'm using at the moment. Yeah, the Panasonic autofocus of course is not the best, but on a project like this where I'm mainly behind the camera and film almost everything in manual focus, it doesn't really matter that much. And that pretty much explains my entire camera setup. I really hope this was useful for you. I think we went to like 5 or 6 different locations, that's why I didn't record much of a commentary, but we filmed some behind the scenes, and I hope you get a little bit of an idea of what kind of shots I got today. Now we're just gonna head to the train station, then go back to Amsterdam, and then back up all the footage. Bye-bye! So now that you've seen a little bit behind the scenes, I would be so insanely excited if you now just went to the Epidemic Sound YouTube channel, I put the link to the video somewhere here, and watched the first episode of The Leap I filmed with Kara and Nate, because it just got released 2 days ago. It would be so insane if you just went and clicked it. And of course, if you liked it, then drop a comment on that video. Make more people see it, because that in the end really helps me if that video goes big. Really hope this video was helpful for you. The first behind the scenes and definitely not the last one. Until next time.